Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Are we on yet?
Are we recording now? Like they can, the team can hear us. Okay. So this is recorded. All right. Wala pa.
Eugene Maynard. Sir Maynard, please come to the command center. Eugene Maynard, please come to the command center. Thank you.
We'll get back to your class. Give it your all.
直播吗？
哎，那谁都，然后啊，不能这边走。Yan, yan, yan. Jump. Ganyan kaunti lang? Yeah. Dagdagan na lang. Wala pa pagkain?
Wala nang game. Break. Bukas na. 7 yan.
Kain ka na. No, it's not in the carton. It's my plate. So it's not. Noah, you got my jug. Noah.
Do we have a game pa? Close na, wala na.
Ano naman yan, oh?
Ayaw, no? Pasok kiwi yan. Kiwi. Kiwi. Oh, sige. Palangin na lang dyan. Right, Jason!
Cover, nice volley!
Yay!
Just to remind all teams that the food stalls will be closed at 3 p.m. Again, 3 p.m. If you haven't get your food stamps, please come to the command center. Again, food stall will be closed at 3 p.m. Please come to the command center and get your food stuff. Thank you. Paging to the captain Paging to the captain spirit captain of Osaka or NATO. Osaka NATO, please come to the command center. Paging to the spirit captain of Osaka NATO, please come to the command center.
Who am I speaking with? Who is this?
Hey, you might remember me from such games as Huck versus the Care Bears women and the Care Bears men versus that other Filipino team. Yeah, this is Jared. Good to be back. AOU GCC 2017. Now we are in the women's division.
We got a tie game, 3-all. Bad Blood pulling to Cuup. Catch towing the line by number 22. Unfortunately, it was out of bounds.
Just out of bounds there.
Yeah.
Listening to people advising her, making the right call.
Yeah. Bad Blood ready to go for a break point.
Who's talking to me?
To take the lead. Number 88 with the disc, Sam Suarez with the throw.
We have a pick on the field. People so dislike my commentary that they are throwing discs at my head.
Yeah. I think just the world just gravitates towards you. This kid's got so much heart. All right, we're gonna upgrade from the side of the field to a monitor. We'll be right back.
Well, they're moving. I'll move there in a second. I'll keep an eye out on the game as Bad Blood is right outside the end zone. There's a call, and is a pick. Pick is called. Figure out where the stall is.
There is a call in the play. I think it was a pick. Andrea Bayo with the disc. Thrown to Maya. Layout block by number 10. Yiling Lee from Cuup. Cuup back again on offense. Amy Smith with a big hook downfield. Just short. Are you there, Jared?
I think I am.
All right.
Settled into our new booth.
Yeah.
Comfy chairs.
So this is actually one of those long points. We've seen a lot of hook attempts from both teams. Wind is not working with them. Bad Blood up with the disc again for another break attempt. We have a fumble right in front of their end zone. Cuup trying to take a 1-point lead in this game.
Amy moves the disc around, and it is taken in for the score. Cuup takes the lead, 4-3.
What do you know about these Cup players, Jared?
Well, I know they come from a number of different cities. I don't know exactly how much time they've gotten to train together. China is a very big place. They come from a number of different cities, and a few of them have traveled in from outside of China. Amy, who just threw that last score, is currently living in Jakarta, Indonesia. And I see that Ida Khalid is on the roster as well from Malaysia. I see other folks from all over China. So what I wonder is how much time they've actually had a chance to practice together and what kind of chemistry this team has.
Yeah. Is that one of the problems that you think that this team would encounter when training for this tournament, their practice time, because of how big China is?
Yeah, I think so. It's something I'm curious about.
Okay.
I'm curious how many chances they've actually had to get together as a unit. But a number of these players have known each other a long time, have gotten to play with each other at different pickup tournaments over the years. It's not like they're just meeting each other for the first time. But whether they've actually gotten a chance to have the whole unit at a lot of trainings, I'm not sure.
So the score is 4-3 in favor of Cuup. Bad Blood trying to tie it. Sam Suarez with the push, with the pass to Jess Luna. Moving it forward again to Idles de los Santos. Disc has been swung back into the middle. Sam with the disc again. Blocked by another Cuup player. Cuup again to take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, looking for Junyuan Yu, going away right there, just a little bit outside of reach.
Mika Bautista with a long flick towards Estela Escasa. So this is actually, they've been having this little Mika-Stella combination. These are the two deep threats of this team. And they've been doing little dishes and little dish passes to each other.
Deeps, but definitely look comfortable with the disc.
Yeah.
Mika Bautista, that last name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I wonder who she is.
All right, and Cuup takes it back.
They worked it up very, very fast. And again with a score, number 94.
Oh, Sing Guo. Was that Sing? Oh, that's Sing from Shanghai.
So going back again with this Cuup team, so you're saying they're a team coming from all over China?
Yeah, I see. There's Beijingers out here, Shanghai, some international folks, some folks who I'm not sure where they're from. But yeah.
Okay. At one point in time, though, they were based in China, and now they've moved on to a different job.
Oh, we're talking about the international players.
Yeah.
Amy Smith was based in Shanghai for a number of years. And Ida, I don't think, has ever been based in China.
Okay. But she's got just a lot of good friends that are based in China. Yeah.
Unless she's moved and hasn't told me. Ida, we need to keep in touch, Ida.
Yeah. So Cuup with a 2-point lead. Score is 5-3.
So who is Bad Blood?
So, no, Bad Blood is basically a team composed of mostly under 24 players. They're one of those young players. They come from their mixed team called Youngblood, and they're all the women from that team, and they decided to compete in this tournament. So they've been training and focusing on single gender, which is something that the PFDA has been trying to focus on to help develop women's ultimate in the Philippines.
So we've seen this in a number of countries in the region, the growth of single gender ultimate. What do you think about that?
I think it is definite. It's necessary. When we met in the 2016 Congress in London, we had an AFDF Congress there, and one of the goals that most Asian countries is to develop women's ultimate. And we noticed with the mixed division format, with a limited number of women that could play at a time, and the predominance of men to pass to focus on passing towards men more, they ended up. We decided that the promotion of single gender tournaments would help not better women's ultimate, but at the same time give more guys playing time. So most Asian countries decided that we should stick to single gender. I believe there.
Yeah, I think it's been a great development, and I think it's great for women's ultimate and men's ultimate. I think it's great, to move between divisions.
That was Sabine Puno with the block, by the way, from Bad Blood. So again, these women are in their early 20s, and the majority of the team has graduated all from the same high school, Paraf Woodrow School, which is based just down the road. And several of them have represented our country in the last U23 nationals in London 2015. One of those people is Gail Gochanko with the disc, which is turned over. Cuup calls a timeout. Oh no.
I think she probably wants to take that timeout back. Can't see from here. Is that SARS? Yeah, that's SARS. What is the call there? We have WFDF rule guru Ruben Berg game advising for this game. Went out, and timeout was called.
So pop quiz. How many seconds is a timeout?
Well,
is it A, 60 seconds, B, 75 seconds, or C, 2 minutes?
I usually go with D, actually. It's as long as we kind of feel like it should go, and then we eventually start playing. And is that the right answer?
No, the answer is 75 seconds.
75 seconds. Yeah. And that's been one great part about having active marshals and game advisors here, that they are helping keep time, keep these games moving, and so that we get enough play time in, and we don't end up just sitting around in timeouts and breaks between points.
It also makes our jobs easier, so we actually know what the call is on the field.
Oh, yes. The hand signals have been very, very helpful.
Yeah. So Bad Blood trying to slow down the momentum of Cuup and try to get this disc back. Are we going to have a third commentator joining us? No? This is coming in on 1. Break happens. Little Dish score is now 6-3 in favor of Cuup.
A basic, well-designed string of passes.
So again, I don't know if that's because they've trained together and they had that set play, or it was just something that was basic and they already knew how to do it because they've worked before, they've done these plays before. What do you think?
These are experienced players. This isn't the first time on a field. They're not hard to teach. So whether or not they've actually had a chance to run these plays in practice, these are structures and plays that they can design on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you guys to write any amazing things you see?
This is Kaz Malone asking us to do homework. We've got homework now.
Actually, I'm asking them to do something that's going to help everyone out there, put some highlights down and some time codes so you guys can see it later on.
So we have a highlights video coming up at the end of this tournament. Is that what I hear?
Certainly do. There's going to be a highlights at the end of the tournament, and also there's going to be day-to-day highlights. That this is basically why I'm asking you guys, because I want to get day-to-day highlights from today and tomorrow clipped up and put on the WIFDIF channels, Facebook page, etc., so that people can see the day-to-day highlights.
Okay, so if they want to see these highlights, what's the first stop for them to make?
So the WIFDIF Facebook page, that's the World Flying Disc Federation Facebook page. And obviously we're seeing the live streaming now on the PFDA YouTube channel, the PFDA TV YouTube channel. So potentially there'll be some clips on there as well.
Definitely one of the clips that you want to have there is the closeout game, the universe point between Crackerjack, Clutch, and Vicious. They came back from a 3-point deficit, tied it up, and went into a little bit of overtime, and they scored the winning goal.
Vicious is another one of those teams that's making a. Is this their first time splitting into men's and women's for a tournament?
When we made that push for single gender, one of the captains of Vicious, Nina Javier, opted for that, and she was present in London during the Congress, and she was all for the split for single gender. And yeah, now a lot of teams are now focusing more on single gender tournaments.
Yeah, but I find it interesting at this tournament. A lot of teams that I've only in the past seen play mixed, are splitting up. We have the Vicious men and women. We did 2 games earlier with the Care Bears men and women. It's fun to see these clubs bring out their men's and women's teams.
Yeah. They don't want to get rid of their name. I think their legacy is something that they want to carry on. I think it's either that or they just have a really hard time of thinking of new names to call themselves.
I mean, I have to think we're pretty close to running out of team names at this point. I think they've all pretty much been taken.
Isn't there an app for that?
All right, we are at 6-3, Cup of Bad Blood.
I think it's 7-3. They have just updated the score.
You're right.
Amy Smith with a huck block.
That's great sideline work right there. Wish we could get an instant replay of that. Is that an injury?
I think that's cramps.
I mean, at first I thought it was a hell of a celebration dance.
Score is by Maya. And I think the assist was made by Mappy Trevino. Yes, it was.
Take a second. Looks like a cramp.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking for the weather today? Is gonna hold up?
Well, we make it custom here in the Philippines not to talk about the weather. We just don't like having bad juju and jinxing stuff. But it is what it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So why are there TUs? Why are there 2 U's in the word cup? Chinese ultimate player. So Chinese ultimate.
Well, it's not players. It's party. It is the China United Ultimate Party. Is that right? Wow.
Wow. That was a great layout. Number 12. That was an amazing layout.
Christina Shalgina.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's not Chinese.
Let's get a closer look.
Yeah.
Great job, Christina.
That score takes this game into halftime. There'll be a 7-minute halftime, which gives us time to talk about other things. Yay! We were talking about your Cambodian team earlier and how they were doing. How are things in Cambodia, and how is Cambodian Ultimate coming along?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Lot of new young players, especially female players. We're very excited about B-Force, which is our flagship women's program. Just received a nice chunk of WFDF grants for development. So it is possible you might see some of those players at U24 championships in Perth.
Okay.
That is a super lofty goal, but that could happen. And it's the grant will also be used for general growth of Ultimate among women in Cambodia. Women in Cambodia generally don't play sports. It's not appropriate. Families don't buy sports clothing for their female children. So a big part of our push has been to push sports. If women come out and try Ultimate and decide they don't like Ultimate but think that they like running around outside and playing sports, then we've done our job. So that's a big area of growth for Cambodian Ultimate, and being able to come out to tournaments like this to let some of our younger players experience playing against these high-class teams from all over Asia. It's been a great experience.
Are any of those women here now?
Oh yeah, a lot of the women who are playing with the Cambodian team have come from the women's youth program.
And are these women part of your local governance, your organizers? Are they new players? Are they seasoned vets? How is it there?
Oh no, a lot of new players. Very few of our. Let me take that back a little bit. We're teaching a lot of new female players Ultimate, but there's also a great school that's been contributing players that's been promoting Ultimate in their school called Liger, and we have a lot of that school's students here this weekend. That's why a lot of the women playing for the Cambodian team are between 15 and 18 years old.
So this is a high school?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
they should have a... Bad Blood is an under 24 team, and they are mostly in high school and college, yeah. Again, like I mentioned earlier, the majority of that team is all from one school called Paris Woodrow. It'll be great if we can see both those teams in Perth next year. Who knows, maybe we'd be doing some commentary.
That'd be cool.
Shouting out to WIFDF organizers, if ever you need commentators for your events, we'll send you our CVs.
Yeah, I could see that. We're a great team. We also do bar mitzvahs and any other events you might need. So WFDF and other organizations that have events, we can MC.
What's a bar mitzvah?
Oh, that's right. I forgot I'm in the Philippines. Okay, we should. Are we close? No, maybe not close.
No. Time. Pop quiz. Another pop quiz.
Oh, fun pop quiz.
How many minutes is halftime in a WIFDF event?
I think we may have just said it a few minutes ago, so you should know this.
Let's see if you remember. Is it A, 10 minutes, B, 5 minutes, or C, 7 minutes?
First person to come, if you're actually listening to this, the first person to come to the booth here where me and Ping are sitting gets a fish burger, a free fish burger. but no one here is listening to us.
What do you think, Jared? What do you think?
I don't know. Doing my math, how long have we been sitting here? They're about to start. What are my choices?
10 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes.
You know, I kind of wish it was 5 minutes. If it was 10 minutes, I would have cut out and gone and had a couple beers. So it's probably not. I'd probably say 7 minutes.
All right, good job. You get a fish burger.
Oh, damn it. So my fish burger. No, it's very generous people here. As part, you know, they gave me some food. They brought me food. Very nice of them. I just don't eat fish. Okay.
You're from Cambodia and you don't eat fish.
Dude, I don't make sense in a lot of ways.
How is that possible? Aren't they like a
lot of fish, a lot of seafood?
Yeah.
It's Southeast Asia, so much seafood. And I come from Boston also. It doesn't make any sense. I don't make any sense.
Isn't Boston known for their Boston Tea Party, which happened in some river somewhere? Please educate me.
Yeah. Dude, you know your stuff. You know stuff. That is probably more than 75% of Americans know. So you've done well.
Yay. For those that don't know who he's talking to, my name is Wing Bautista. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm trying to do commentary with Mr. Jared Canners from Cambodia.
Hello.
So we are about to reach the 7-minute mark. Teams are coming back on the field. Let's see if Bad Blood can get their blood to boil and come up with a rally in the second half.
Yeah, they definitely have the skills, definitely have the energy. They could get back into this, no question.
Again, we apologize for all the technical difficulties we've been encountering so far. Our friends from PLDT and OMG are right on top of it. They're giving us a great job so far. We will try our best to be on time tomorrow and in future broadcasts. So stick around. Tomorrow we'll be definitely having awesome games. We have 3 finals. We've got the mixed, open, and men's division finals, all happening on the showcase field at different time slots. So you'll get to see the finals of some of the best teams in Asia, Oceania.
There were some schedule changes due to the rain, and I did read something about the finals being non-consecutive or something along those lines. What does that mean?
If that is so, then I'd have to retract my statement.
Yeah, let's.
But we hope to.
I hope we get to bring you all the finals.
What I do know is that several of the games today were taken out. That's what I know. But if that is true, then that would indeed be a blowout. I would have to talk with the rest of the organizers and figure out which teams. Let's see.
Hannah to Amy to Tien Tien.
Score is now 9-4 in favor of Cuup.
Yeah, that's not what Bad Blood wanted coming out of half. They would have wanted to stop. They need to turn this game around. That's just a continuation of half number 1. Looks like we got Sunken Pleasure over here warming up on the side. Are we looking at a Sunken Pleasure game next round?
I hope so. And I believe they will be playing on the showcase field. Well, I hope they do. I mean, these guys are definitely one of the best in Asia. And it never gets old watching them.
Oh yeah, runners-up of AOU GCC Singapore 4 years ago. And the disc goes back to China.
Jared, I've got to go take a little break.
You do what you got to do. I will be here.
All right. Cheers.
All right, so you're going to be listening to just me for a little bit here. Overshot. Looks like overshot Singh. And Bad Blood to take back over. Looking somehow to narrow this 5-point margin. Swing it across. Looking to force down the line. Finding some space. This goes high, cross field. Yeah, that's a throw you really got to be sure about if you're going to be putting up. Okay, Cuup picks up. Oh, and a block. Gets the disc right back and in good field position just outside the brick mark. Just too far for Gail Kochanko. And the disc is going back. Travel call. Travel on the field. Seeing a little slow to get up. Over, back to Christina. Christina puts it up, cross field. Well read. And taken in by Kanshan. Bring it to 10-4. Getting to be a little bit out of hand. Bad Blood needs to do something to keep Cuup in sight.
Staging Karen Cabrera, staging Karen Cabrera, command center please.
Okay. Cuup to pull. Amy Smith with a disc in her hand. Looking to extend that 6-point lead. We are at AOU GCC 2017 Alabama Country Club Manila in the Philippines. I am Jared. And I am currently alone bringing you this women's division match between these two teams that have both won 1 and lost 2 games in this tournament so far. Both teams fighting to even up their overall tournament record to 2-2. And Cuup will take the disc back. Trailing edge grab on the Scuba. And Shenshu Chuang's face says, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. Big grab makes it 11-4. After an early close game, it was a 3-3. Cuup has taken over. are getting the turnovers and converting. In the middle of the screen, that is Ruben Berg, the game advisor with the hat right there, is the WFDF rules guru. Ask him anything, it's fun. And the Chinese team is ready to pull. Short pull, Bad Blood looks to take advantage. And it just sticks in her hand a little too long. And the Chinese generously give it right back. So it'll be the Bad Blood disc right on the goal line. And we got Christina just out of the reach of the dump. And Bad Blood to take the disc back over, trying to tighten this game up. A lot of fronting going on. Swings it over to the sideline. Hard mark, forcing away. Keeps it there. Disc goes high up into the air, into the back corner. Bam, and there we go. Mabby Trevino with the score. Big one for Bad Blood, trying to keep Cuup within sight. That should be 11-5, I believe. Score for Bad Blood should bring it to 11-5. The scorekeeper on the screen hasn't quite caught up yet. That's okay. They're trying. Big moment for Bad Blood to try to get a break here, try to fight their way back in. There's the 5 up there. And pull going up. Bad Blood desperately looking for a stop. China looking to continue their domination, almost an early throwaway. Ida from Malaysia looking for something big, just puts it right into the middle. China patiently working it across. Amy looks cross field. Right on the money. That's Maisie with another score. I think that's a couple for her in this one. Extending the lead to 12-5. Beginning to put this out of sight. Too much experience, too many skills. No hesitation, putting that disc right across the field, right on target. And we are at 12-5.
burger.
Once again, a reminder, come by the booth, get us fish burger. Got a fish burger. Shit, I'm... Put down right on the goal line. And that is another one for Cuup. Take it to 13-5. Too much experience, too many skills. A little bit too much for this Bad Blood team. But they're young, they will be back, still learning. And pull goes up. That puts it up big. Nice read, comes back and gets it. Sends another one down. A little bit ambitious on that throw.
Can I join you again? No. Can I join you?
Yeah. And very exciting, joining me for the last few points of this one is my old buddy Sed.
Hello. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do the next game, but might as well just join in.
Ooh, what do we got up next?
We have Alpha for the mixed division pre-quarters. Alpha versus Chuckies. So Alpha is a Philippine team versus Chuckies coming from Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah. Chuckies is one of the top 3 teams in Singapore for mixed, I believe.
Really, they put together a big weekend, eh?
Yeah. How's the game?
It's been on the one-sided side. Definite energy from Bad Blood, but just have not been able to put it together. Cuup, a lot of skills, a lot of confidence,
Right.
a lot of experience.
Yeah, Cuup is I think a pretty big name in China. They join Men of the Spirits a lot. I've seen them several times come over here in the Philippines.
Yep, a lot of experienced players out there.
I think there's a call.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly is going on. Rubenberg is on the case, and we have a timeout called.
Right. Such a long build-up for that timeout.
Yeah, it's so great to have you here, Sed, to commentate this timeout.
Yeah, so far, so the disc is dead.
Yeah, so can you tell me about timeouts and your strategy and your using timeouts? I mean, being the timeout expert that you are.
Well, given my tenure as the timeout coordinator of the world, what we normally do during timeout is to not play. I know it's counterintuitive that way. Some people might say you should actually still keep playing, but it's a timeout.
So you just stop.
You just stop. And
But What if you have the disc? You throw the disc.
No,
No, you don't even throw it.
no, you don't throw the disc. You hold the disc, then you put it down.
No. Okay, he's obviously a little confused. That would never happen. I mean, if you have the disc, you should throw it.
I know it's a bit confusing, but that's how the pros do it. When you have the disc, you put it down, then you just talk.
Well, that is why he is the coordinator of timeouts in the world.
That's what I do. That's my thing. Been doing it for 100 years now.
He doesn't look a day over 87.
Okay, so we're starting the game again. The weather so far, it's drizzling a bit now, but still no signs of thunder. So
In previous discussion, Ping said that Filipinos don't talk about the weather.
the weather? No. I guess I should. I guess I'm not Filipino then. It's a pity. I heard one of the strong players of Bad Blood got injured just earlier in the previous game, so she's in the sideline. She's one of their fastest players, but she has to sit this one out.
You hate to see that. You want these teams to come with their full rosters.
Good hop.
Nice read, goes
Nice
right to the
read.
disc. Didn't feel comfortable putting it into the end zone. Holds it up, moves disc around.
Finds the open girl. A bit too high. Oh!
Just out of reach, just a little too excited on the goal line there.
Probably should have jumped for it, but good D, good intensity from CUP.
No, CUP is not interested in giving up any more points. They're not interested in being generous here. They would like to finish this off.
And cap the day off, head to the party.
All right, CUP picking it up. And a turnover.
Right, so Bad Blood gets it right back.
Sorry, our camera people have not quite been following the play terribly well.
There you go. Up from the open side.
And turn back over.
Deja vu. We're back on the sideline. Oh, and
Yeah.
it's in a big hawk.
Goes up and away, and just a little too far. For Singh.
Oh, another turnover right in front of the end zone. Francis on D. Swings it to the middle.
China showed a lot of patience so far. This isn't the team that's going to rush a crazy throw until they do. Not a crazy throw.
Not too crazy. We've seen crazier games. Crazier throws, rather.
That we have in our many broadcasting experiences we've had together.
Yes.
We have seen some craziness, haven't we?
In 100% of the games that we have casted together, this would rank number 2.
All right, Bad Blood takes over on their goal line. And it goes.
Good read. Chooses not to float it to the end zone.
Until she does.
Oh! He still didn't get it. I thought she had.
That looks good. That looks good. Not quite good enough.
Right.
And another turnover.
So you see in the sideline is Chucky's at the back end in the blue jerseys, starting to warm up, getting their throws ready. Certainly the next match is going to be very intense.
No, Chucky's has really come on over the last couple of years and become one of Singapore's stronger clubs.
I did hear that they started as a recreational team, but they became more serious and started hyping up their training, their practice sessions.
They picked up Ben Ho as a coach, one of the great Singapore coaches, to point them in the right direction. They've also recruited some great young players out of a couple different universities, and they've definitely picked their level up.
And back to the game, we see an upline cut. Backhand break, I don't see what happened there.
Pick.
Oh, pick pulled. I see.
Yes, thank you to the
International symbol for pick, the Macho Man.
the game advisors showing us what's going on. And it goes up.
Flying.
Too much traffic in there. Whoa! Did not come out how she wanted it to. Bad Blood will get it on the goal line. Tries to thread the needle.
Didn't see the poach. I don't think she saw the poach.
She knew who she wanted to throw it to and was not going to change her mind.
Like this lady
Full
sent it
field.
flying. Good positioning, good read, good D.
Intended for SARS.
Lane picks up the disc, gives it to Mika. Mika sends it flying. Francis. Sends an inside backhand, which was just a bit out of the reach of her teammate. Another turnover.
Another turnover.
It's these types of points that are really, really taxing for these types of tournaments. Whether or not you're a seasoned team or a beginner team, sometimes it just doesn't click. Lane swings it. Mika.
I really want to see them take advantage of this opportunity. No more turnovers. Find the opening.
Get patient. Bendy forehand. Loaded with the high.
We got a hold up here. Stoppage in play. Let's see. And no.
Nope. Just
No, it was a foul retracted. Thought about it and said, nah.
Maybe not. Okay, we have the disc live again. The center disc flying to 3/4 the field for an easy D. There was a lot of space in that throw. I probably would have wanted it to land on the break side just a bit more, so that it goes overhead the defender.
Yeah, not a whole lot of space to work into on that angle cut.
Right.
Sideline comes at you really fast.
You do see here on the screen the 3-meter line. As a WFDF event, we want to be strict about it and then get some distance between the players and the playing field, and the audience rather.
And could not pull that off. Big block by Chinese player whose shirt number did not ever really come up.
Right, 27. Let's see this. Backhand. Oh, I'm not sure if there was a foul. No, it was just a grounder.
these long points will take a lot out of you. Fatigue leads to mistakes. Another turnover. Couldn't complete the dump. And another timeout.
Right. It's a perfect time to call a timeout. Things aren't working out so well. You just need to regroup sometimes. And I think that's one of the characteristics that set experienced teams apart from, well, less experienced teams. It's the maturity to say that, hey, things aren't working out so well, let's just slow things down, regroup. A lot of times, more intermediate players and teams would be so intense about trying to get that score, trying to force it, and they end up turning the disc over again and again.
But I think it's also important what you're going to tell your team right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a number of these huddles where everyone starts talking and talk about all the millions of problems, and actually there have been millions of problems for both teams right now.
Right.
What you need is a leader to step up, say, what will we do now? What are we going to do? What is our plan for the moment, moving forward? One coherent plan of attack.
Right. It seems like CUP though is interested in having a photo shoot instead, or with doing some form of dance. And
They were successfully blocking the other team from
Right.
seeing the huddle. It was a huddle fence.
It was a huddle fence. Timeout is over. The disc is back in. I would want to see Bad Blood to be a bit more fluid with how they play with their offense. They seem to have a lot of stop and go motion. They get the disc. They give a lot of good hops, but when they get it, it stops there. And that gives the defense an opportunity to set up. You wouldn't want that in such opportunities. You want to get the disc in when possible.
All right, back to SARS. Looking upfield very patiently as they've been all game, and
Almost got that second chance.
patient but not effective. And guess what? Another turnover.
Downfield defenders of Bad Blood did a good job there. We didn't see any open cuts or even options. Lane sends a backhand flying. Mika gets it with one hand grab, and
everyone goes down.
I think she is cramping right now.
54 went down as well.
I think out of spirit, my team is going down. Maybe I should.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
camaraderie.
Just for reference, that is because Sid just fell out of his seat, and I was very curious why he had fallen out of his seat. He was just sympathy for the players on the field.
Sympathy. That's the best way to know what they're going through. Just do the same thing. Understandably, though, it's been a very long point.
It has been a very long point.
So
for everybody involved in it.
No surprise here that we do see some needed substitutions. She did manage to get the disc though.
They're right on the goal line.
Right on the goal line, so at least. I do know that Mika is one of their stronger players. Wait a minute. No, this doesn't seem to look like cramps.
Well, it does.
Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Right.
And we are still at 13-5. This is AOU GCC 2017 at Alabang Country Club, Manila in the Philippines.
Brought to you by World Flying Disc Federation and Philippine Flying Disc Association. Sponsored by Hot Shots, Brandy, PLDT Home Fiber, with the media sponsors, Philippine Ultiverse, All About You, and OMG Live.
Is that hot shot brandy good stuff?
I've never tried it. They say it has some spices in it, like some cinnamon. Have you tried anything like that?
Of course.
Of course.
Fireball is the whiskey version.
Hey,
there's the score. Bad Blood.
Ruth finding the open space, got the score.
Yeah, but I'm going to think that there's some players on the China team who are probably not so sad about leaving the field at this point. Either that was a very, very long point.
Whether or not they were the ones that scored or not, it's just good to be out. Get some rest.
Got some of the Care Bears men walking by. They had a nice win earlier.
They did. They did a 15-10 victory over Pagani.
Pagani.
Yeah.
Good you said it, because I had totally forgotten the team's name. But we know it is, in some language, it means hero. In some language in Mindanao, it means hero. Hero? No,
Warrior.
hunter. Warrior.
Warrior.
It means something.
It's pretty close, pretty close. We have Belle, Maya, Mabi, Sam, and Yen. Bad Blood. I do get to play with some of these girls, with these ladies, so I do recognize some of them. CUP, bringing this down.
Christina up big.
Good read, good adjustment. Dagger throw for the score.
And that is into Ida. Ida Khalid, their Malaysian player. Taking it to 14-16. 14-6, excuse me, with China looking to finish this one off.
Anyway, it has been fun, Jared. I am being paged to the command center.
You know, I'm beginning to take this personal. You know, I had Ping here for a while, and then he left, and Sid comes for a while, and he leaves.
Well, Jared, you just have to treasure it while it's here.
And I did. Thank you for joining me, Sid, and we will be hooking up again, I'm sure, later in the tournament.
All right.
And you can't see it, but I have Amy Smith making faces at me.
Peace out.
Later, Sid. (14-6) is the score. China versus Bad Blood. Big high-hanging pole.
Beijing representative of Blue Mountain, please clean your food stubs. The food stub will go.
Unforced error as China taking over the disc, looking to finish this one off.
Please clean your food stubs. The food stall will close at 3 p.m. Thank you. Beijing Marshal, please. Beijing Marshal, please. Beijing Marshal, please. Please come to the command center.
Could not get the dump completed, and Bad Blood takes over. Trying to stay alive in this women's division pool play match. Both teams at 1 and 2. Bad Blood moves it up the line, and it goes up big, cross field, hanging. And brings it down. Bad Blood with the score, taking the lead down to 7. And I was about to say, I am still alone here, but I have Ping coming back to join me.
I'm back.
To cheer on Bad Blood as they fight to stay in this one.
What's happening? Are we winning?
Well, you missed just about the longest point in the history of Ultimate. Very, very exciting. Multiple timeouts and injuries and turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
But now we are at another game point. Bad Blood just scored to survive, and they're looking to get a block in the score to survive some more.
So both these teams have a win-loss ratio of 1 win to 2 losses. So this is actually something to see who is third in their division.
KG Marshall A. Please come to the command center.
Back to Christina, and it is up, hanging. And that just happened.
Not the most exciting final point, but it is the final point. Final score is 15-7 in favor of Cuup from China.
Yep, China's record goes to 2-2, while Bad Blood descends to 1-3.
Any highlights or any interesting points in that game, aside from that ridiculously long point that you're mentioning?
There's some it was generally solid experience play on the Chinese side. The Filipinos definitely showed that they want to go up in the air, they want to make it exciting, and they're fun to watch. I look forward to seeing what these young ladies have as they become more experienced and more mature.
Okay.
Anyway, that was that. 15-7, I believe. Coming up next on this field
is Alpha versus Chuckies.
Alpha versus Chuckies. And you will experience the return of Zed. Pretty exciting stuff.